Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're talking about rare Washington quarters that could be worth way more than 25 cents. Some of these quarters might be worth thousands, but what makes them special? We'll show you how to spot these valuable coins and explain what makes them so rare. If you think you might have one of these in your pocket, stick around to find out how much it could be worth. First up today we're talking about the 1980 P Washington quarter. Some people say this coin can be worth as much as $9,000. That's a huge price for a modern quarter, so let's find out what makes this coin special and what it's really worth. The 1980 P quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, marked by the P Mint mark on the coin. On the front, it shows George Washington's profile, and on the back is the classic eagle design. Like most quarters of that time, it's made of copper nickel clad, weighs about 5.67 grams, and has a reeded edge. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 635 million of these quarters. That's a massive number. Because of this, the coin is very common in normal circulated condition. Most 1980 P quarters you find in your change are worth just 25 cents. If your coin looks uncirculated, meaning it has no wear, sharp details, and full original shine, it's more valuable. Certified Mint State 67, MS 67, coins have sold at auction for prices around $144 to $193 in recent years. These are great prices compared to face value but nowhere near thousands of dollars. Now, about the $9,000 value. This is tied to a very rare coin graded MS 68, which is nearly perfect with virtually no flaws. One such coin reportedly sold for close to $9,000 at auction, making it an exceptional outlier. However, most coins, even in MS 68, don't come close to that price. So is the 1980 P quarter worth $9,000? For the average person, no. But for an ultra-rare, top-grade collector's coin, yes, it's possible, though extremely rare. In summary, the 1980 P Washington quarter is a common coin in circulation, worth just 25 cents. In uncirculated condition, it can sell for a few $100s. Only in near-perfect, professional-graded condition could it approach the $9,000 figure, but such coins are very uncommon. If you find one, it's definitely worth checking closely. Next is the 1973 Washington quarter with no mint mark. Some people say this coin could be worth as much as $500. But is that really true? Let's take a closer look at this coin's history, what makes it interesting, and whether it's actually worth that much. The 1973 Washington quarter was minted by the U.S. Mint, and the ones without a mint mark were made in Philadelphia. On the front, it shows George Washington, and on the back, you'll see the familiar eagle design, which was standard on quarters from 1932 to 1998. Like most quarters of its time, it's made of a copper nickel clad composition and weighs about 5.67 grams. In total, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 346 million of these quarters in 1973. That's a huge number. Because of this high mintage, the coin is very common in circulated condition. Most 1973 quarters you find in your pocket, with signs of wear, are still only worth their face value of 25 cents. However, collectors do look for coins in better condition. If your 1973 quarter has minimal wear, sharp details, and full luster, what's known as mint state or uncirculated, it could be worth a bit more. Depending on the grade, it might sell for anywhere from $1 to around $20. Now, what about the $500 claim? That's where top-tier grading comes in. A small number of 1973 quarters have been professionally graded at MS 67 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC. These coins are in near-perfect condition with no visible flaws. One such coin reportedly sold for around $500 at auction, but this is extremely rare. Most coins don't come close to that value. So, is it worth checking your change for a 1973 no mint mark quarter? Absolutely. While most are worth only a little, a flawless example could be worth significantly more. In summary, the 1973 no mint mark Washington quarter is a common coin in average condition, usually worth just 25 cents. But in exceptionally high grade and properly certified, it can sell for up to $500. It's rare, but not impossible. Now let's look at the 1982 D Washington quarter. Some people say this little coin is worth $4,000. But is that true? Let's take a closer look at what makes this coin special and what it's really worth. The 1982 D Washington quarter was minted by the U.S. Mint at Denver. On the front it shows George Washington. On the back, you'll see an eagle, a classic Washington quarter design. It's made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, weighs about 5.67 grams, with a reeded edge. In 1982, the Denver Mint struck 480,042,788 of these quarters. That's nearly 500 million coins. Because so many were made, this coin is not rare in most conditions. Most 1982 D quarters you find in circulation are worth just their face value, 25 cents. If your coin looks clean and sharp, what collectors call uncirculated, it might sell for a bit more, maybe a few dollars to around $20 to $30 depending on condition. Proof or special collector issues add small premiums. There are extremely high-grade specimens that have been certified by grading services. For example, a 1982 D in MS68, superb gem uncirculated, has sold for about $4,320 at auction. That's a rare outlier. Most don't come close. So, is the 1982 D Washington quarter a valuable coin? In everyday condition, not really. But in nearly perfect shape, and officially graded, it can be worth hundreds or even thousands. It just depends on quality and certification. If you've got one of these in your change, take a close look. You might be holding something a bit more special than you thought. In summary, the 1982 D Washington quarter is a common coin that usually isn't worth more than face value. However, in rare cases where the coin is in near-perfect condition and professionally graded, it can sell for hundreds or even over $4,000. Most won't reach that value, but it's still a fun coin to check in your pocket change. Next is the 1926 S Standing Liberty Quarter. Some people say this coin can be worth as much as $10,500. That's quite a sum for a coin minted nearly 100 years ago, so let's take a closer look at what makes this coin special and what it's really worth. The 1926 S Standing Liberty Quarter was made at the San Francisco Mint, which is why it has the S Mint mark on the coin. On the front, you'll see Lady Liberty standing, holding a shield and an olive branch. The reverse features an eagle in flight. This coin is made of 90% silver and 10% copper, weighs about 6.25 grams, and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. In 1926, the San Francisco Mint produced around 2.7 million of these quarters. Compared to other years, that's a relatively low number. Because the coin's design sometimes caused weak strikes, many surviving coins are found with worn or faded details. That makes high-grade examples more rare and highly sought after by collectors. If your 1926 S quarter looks sharp and has no wear, what collectors call mint state, it could be worth a good deal. Coins graded MS65, mint state 65, have sold at auction for around $10,000 to $17,000 in recent years. Even higher grade coins, like MS66, have sold for tens of thousands, sometimes over $50,000. The $10,500 value often mentioned fits within the price range for a well-preserved MS65 coin. While not the highest grade possible, MS65 coins are rare enough and desirable enough to command prices in that ballpark. In summary, the 1926 S Standing Liberty Quarter is a valuable and collectible coin, especially when found in high grade. Most circulated coins are worth more than their face value because of their silver content, but uncirculated examples can be worth thousands. If you find a sharp 1926 S quarter, it's definitely worth having it professionally graded to see if it could be worth $10,500 or even more. Finally, we have the 1998 D Washington quarter. Some listings suggest this coin can be worth up to $3,000. It is important to understand the details behind this value and what factors affect the coin's worth. The 1998 D quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, as shown by the D Mint mark on the coin. It features George Washington's portrait on the obverse side and an eagle on the reverse side. The coin is composed of copper-nickel clad, weighs approximately 5.67 grams, and has a reeded edge. In 1998, the Denver Mint produced over 821 million of these quarters. Due to the high number minted, the 1998 D quarter is common and widely available in circulation. Most coins in everyday use are only worth their face value of 25 cents. Value increases with the condition of the coin. Coins in uncirculated condition that have no wear, clear details, and original mint luster can be more valuable. Collectors often look for coins graded mint state 67, MS 67, or better. Such coins may sell for a few dollars up to about $7, depending on condition. The highest values are linked to coins graded MS 67 plus or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. These coins have almost no visible imperfections and exhibit excellent eye appeal. A 1998 D quarter graded MS 67 plus sold at auction for approximately $1,527.50 at a Heritage Auctions event in February 2015. However, this is an uncommon case, and most coins do not approach this value. In summary, the 1998 D Washington quarter is a common coin with a face value of 25 cents. Uncirculated coins can be worth more, but only a small number of coins graded MS 67 plus or above have sold for over $1,500. If you believe you have a high-grade coin, professional grading is recommended to verify its condition and potential value.